Today, I'm going to share with you the exact social funnel that our team has used to close hundreds of deals over the last 3 years and why most agents are not going to do any of this stuff. So make sure you stick around because I'm going to share with you how you can separate yourself from everybody else and reap the rewards of what you can get from posting your business on social media. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Number one is you have to find your niche. And you have to know who your ideal client is. Why is that important? Because everything else is going to stem from that. If you want to attract a certain type of lead, if you want to attract a certain type of client, then you need to give the correct type of content so that you can bring them in. What do I mean by that? If you want to attract first-time home buyers, if you want to attract investors, if you want to attract sellers, if you want to attract a certain type of lead, then the content needs to be geared towards them. So once you figure out who your ideal client is, in this case, we specialize with first-time home buyers and new construction. We figured both of those are going to go perfect together because most first-time home buyers are going to go into new construction because of the crazy incentives that they're offering to help make home buying more affordable for them. So once you find your ideal client and you find out what your niche is going to be, now you need to start doing some content research. Now, when it comes to content research, the best way to fast track yourself to getting results is you have to look at other content creators that are putting out the same type of content as you and see what's performing well and what isn't performing so well. Now, don't think that just because you do content research that your very first video or your very first reel or carousel is gonna go crazy. In today's day and age with social media, you never know which post is gonna go wild for you. So just keep in mind that as you're doing content research, it's to give you a little bit of a heads up on what maybe trends or what types of styles of content is performing well. But the reality is that your quality of content is going to come from the quantity of content that you put out. So find your niche, know who your ideal client is, and then start to do some content research on them. For example, if you're a real estate agent and you want to do home tours in a certain marketplace, I would look at other realtors who are also posting home tours in that marketplace or in the similar area who's getting crazy results and pay attention to what is it about their video. Sometimes it could be the hook is really good. Other times it can be that maybe the first 3 seconds of the video has a visually appealing hook that's going to draw you in, right? So you really want to pay attention to everything that they're doing in their content, not just seeing it as, okay, this video got a ton of likes or got a bunch of shares, but really start to break it down. What did the first couple seconds look like? What was the visual hook? What was the audio hook? What type of trending audio were they using maybe as a background sound? And also, what type of call to actions are they using? Because call to actions are going to be huge. If you put out a great piece of content, but you don't tell them what to do, oftentimes they're just going to keep browsing forward and never reach out to you. So once you do your content research, you've got to start posting. And the reason why I think majority of agents, and I talk to hundreds of agents, only a select few of them actually take action and do all this stuff is because they missed the first thing. They'll find their niche, they'll study their ideal client, they'll do content research, they'll create a content schedule. I'm gonna post 1 time a day, 2 times a day. I'm gonna do my editing on this time, right? They look up all the scripts on what am I gonna say in these messages when people do reach out to me, right? They go get a cool CRM, so it's gonna handle all the leads once it comes in. They're gonna set up all the automations, right? They watch all the training videos because now they wanna be prepared so when someone does reach out, they can have the right conversations, right? But none of that ever matters because they never start posting. And the reason why they don't post is for a lot of different reasons. It could be fear of criticism. It could be fear of judgment. They don't like the way they look. They don't like the way they sound. Believe me, I get it. I've been posting for years, but it didn't always come as easy. Of course, we're always gonna have our insecurities and we're always gonna have our flaws. But at the end of the day, majority of the time, the only person that's thinking about that is actually you. As long as you come from a place of value and you truly put a focus on delivering for the people that are watching you and making sure that you're giving them value in exchange for the time that they're spending watching you, then don't worry about it. And you're always gonna get haters. You have to be prepared for that. I'll make another video on that. But for right now, I wanna get you guys back to, you gotta start posting. Now, when it comes to posting, oftentimes something that's gonna stop you from posting is a lot of things like, well, what kind of equipment do I need? What type of videos do I make? How do I edit them? Again, you do your content research on that. And as you do content research, you'll be able to figure out how people are editing. If not, go ahead and reach out to me, shoot me over a DM. If you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a link to my Instagram, shoot me a DM. Or if you're watching this on Instagram, shoot me a DM, because I created a video on exactly how to edit a certain type of video if you're looking to do like a home tour or something like that, right? But you can even YouTube that to find out. So as far as the content schedule, again, the quality is going to come through the quantity. And the way I like to think about it is, realistically, I think you should be posting, oh, this shouldn't be like that. Let me go ahead and put that to a day. Yep, not 1 to 3 times a week. I'm not even gonna start over the whole video. I'm practicing what I preach right here. It don't matter. You just gotta get the content out. So 1 to 3 times a day. And why is that? Because there's a couple things that you have to keep in mind when you're doing content creation. Not only is there the research part of it, but you have to put enough of it out to see what type of feedback that you get. And that's the word that I want you guys to keep in mind, is feedback. Not my video didn't do good, not nobody likes me, not social media isn't going to be for me. This is just feedback. If your video is not getting views, it's not getting likes, it's not getting engagement, it's just feedback that you need to improve upon it. And if you look at anybody who's done anything great in life, whether it was content creation or any other area, they didn't start off great, but they got great by putting in the reps, by getting in as many opportunities to receive feedback, to learn from it, to continue to make adjustments and keep moving forward so that they can get closer to their desired result. So when it comes to the content schedule, this is the way that I like to do it. One, you want to get to 1 to 3 times a day. If you want to do 3 times a week and then work yourself up to 5 times a week and then work yourself up to 7 every single day, that's great. I'm all for it, right? However, keep in mind that there's people out there like me. There's people out there like my big homie Rob. There's people out there like my big homie Jeff. There's other content creators out there who are hungry for it. And if you put out 3 pieces of content in 1 week, then that means that in 4 weeks or 1 month, you've put out 12 pieces of content. Now imagine going against the guy who posts every single day and he has 21 pieces. Oh no, he has 30 pieces of content. He posts every single day, right? 30 versus 12, that's 18 more attempts. Is it possible that in those 18 more attempts, he or she might have learned something about their content? They might have found a type of content that works, right? Now just imagine if you double that, 60, 90. So the more reps you can get out, the faster you're gonna receive the feedback that you need to continue to improve your content, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. If you guys saw the room that I'm in right now, you guys probably be laughing at me, but all you see is the whiteboard and me. So maybe one day I'll show you guys what the background looks like. But when it comes to content scheduling, I would aim for once a day. Now, Reyes, how do I get to once a day? I'm gonna share that with you guys right now. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on this, but how do I get to posting 1 to 3 times a day? Let's say it's 3 times a day. Let's really max it out, right? 3 times a day, 7 days a week. How do I get 21 posts up in a week on top of prospecting, on top of going to appointments, on top of my other responsibilities, on top of spending time with my family? Here's the word, batch. You have to batch your content. And I'm gonna make another video on how homes or home tours are the #1 lead magnet to get business in real estate today in 2025. It's October 2025. And how you can use that one house to literally get unlimited pieces of content. I could probably come up with like 20, 25 pieces of content, but then that's only my mind. There's people out there that have more creativity than me, that are gonna be thinking of things from a different perspective. So that's why I say unlimited, but just know you can get a lot. Even if you only got 10, 15, 20, that's still a lot, right? So you gotta batch your content. So how do you do that? You pick one day out of the week where you're gonna go film. And again, if you're like, how do I get permission to film these houses? What if it's new construction? I got you. I can just go ahead, shoot me a DM. I'll send you the exact scripts that I use to get permission. It's a lot easier than you may think. Anyways, and always get permission. Always, 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 always get permission for anything that you film before you post it. Do the right thing. When it comes to, and give them their credit too. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you give them your credit. Make sure you give them their credit properly. However, your local MLS or association tells you need to give them their credit. So for content scheduling, you want to pick one day where you can go out and you can film. Now you want to go out with a game plan. What does that game plan look like? I need to know what houses I'm going to. I want to map them out. So I'm not going here, back here, and then back over here, and then up here. I want to make it as efficient as possible. Silence my phone real quick. I want to make it I want to make it as efficient as possible. So whatever houses you're going to go film or whatever communities you're going to go to, you want to map them out beforehand. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or however many, and boom, you're done. Second thing is you want to know what types of content are you going to get. Am I going to get just a highlight video? Am I going to get a full walkthrough? Am I going to now use the highlight clips as a carousel? Am I going to get any talking head videos? Am I going to get any drone shots? Am I going to get any voiceover videos? Am I going to get any videos where I'm not even in it? It's just my hand and it's me talking. Okay, now what out of that content am I going to get for my stories? Am I going to get for my YouTube shorts? There's so many different types of pieces of content that you can get from one house, and all you have to do is do a little bit of content research and you'll be able to find out what those pieces of content look like. But I'm giving you more of the way you can package them in terms of reels, carousels, stories. You get the point. So pick one day where that's where you're going to go and do all of your filming. And you're gonna have all that prepared a day or two before, however long before you want. But basically, when you wake up that day, you're not trying to find out a place to go, because that's how you're gonna waste a lot of time. I wasted so much time doing that. Was I would wait till the day before and I would wing it. And now I'm reaching out to agents trying to find a home last minute, when all of that time could have been better used probably prospecting or reaching out to more people through my Instagram. Something else other than trying to get permission. So once you get all that figured out and you go out that day and you go ahead and you film your content and you have it batched up, next thing is you're gonna wanna pick a day to edit it. Now, if you have an editor and you're in a position where you can get an editor, I 100% encourage you to do it. It's gonna be a way better use of your time passing that off to somebody else, especially if it's earlier on. Now, when you're first getting started, you're gonna be doing it yourself because you have to find the style that you like. You have to find how you like it done. And then when you give it over to an editor, you have to be okay with that editor doing it only up to, you know, a certain percentage of how you would like it done, but it's still gonna be good enough. But anyways, without getting too advanced, you also wanna pick a day where you can edit it. Sometimes these videos, I could be done with it in 5-10 minutes, and that's after, you know, years of doing so many of them. Other times, even till this day, I may spend 30-45 minutes on a video. It just depends on the type of content that you're putting out and the editing that you're doing it with it. So pick one day, planned ahead to where you're gonna go get your content, and then pick another day to where you're gonna edit your content. And then you just have them saved as your drafts. So then before I used to always look at my my boy Rob, and I used to be like, man, how is this guy posting all the time? He's in Azusa, then he's in Fontana, then he's in Riverside, and then now he's back in his office. Like, how is he doing it? He was batching up all of his content. He had them saved as drafts. He had them ready to go, and now he was everywhere. And when it comes to social media, you need to be omnipresent. You need to be all over the place to where when someone thinks about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, you are the first person that comes to their mind. And that's a big part of posting. Is I don't want you to just think about posting in terms of how many likes do I get, how many comments do I get, how many messages do I get. Of course, there's certain metrics that we're going to track because we're doing this to generate business. But more importantly, it's to let people know that every time they hop on their phone, they have to see something from me regarding real estate, because I want to stay top of mind with them. And it doesn't always have to be real estate. It could be personal stuff as well. But point being is you need to show up. They need to see you show up every day. So once you pick a day to go film your content and a day to edit your content, now let's say, okay, you're putting out the content and now you're starting to get some feedback from it. You're getting some likes, you're getting some comments. The reason why I say outbound or inbound and outbound, for those of you who don't know, let's say I post a home tour and somebody comments on it and now it sends me an automatic message, right? Or I send them an automatic DM. That's inbound. They're reaching out to me, so it's coming into me to then have that conversation with them. And all of this content research, posting content, is to create conversations. That's all you're doing. You're creating conversations from the content that you're putting out. And so outbound is going to be maybe somebody who likes your video, maybe somebody who follows you. You are going to now send them a message. And that message can vary. I'm not saying the one I'm going to share with you right now is the greatest one. I'm sure you can come up with something a little bit better. But essentially, those people that like your videos, that give you a follow, you want to reach out to them, say, hey, thanks for the support. You could ask them something like, I'm always looking to improve my page. What are some things that you would like to see more of? What type of content would you like to see more of? Or what inspired you to give me a follow, right? Or hey, thanks for liking my last home tour. Really appreciate your support. I've been blessed to connect with so many amazing people through Instagram and help them buy or sell a home. Just curious, are you thinking about making a move in the next year or whatever? You can make the message better, but you get what I'm saying. Inbound and outbound DMs, that's gonna be so important, because at the end of the day, guys, content is great, getting views and likes is great, but I've seen a ton of agents post on social media, get views, and then we're fast forwarding 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year, and they still haven't sold anything. I'm gonna let you guys wonder why. I'm gonna touch on it, but I'm gonna leave that with you guys. I wonder why. So don't just rely on the people that give you inbound. Those are gonna be the opportunities you create through your content, but also do outbound. Because when you're first getting started, you're probably not gonna get a bunch of comments. You're probably not gonna get a bunch of DMs, but you will still get some type of love, and those people that do show you love, you wanna reach out to them. And this is in addition to already doing some type of business, right? You also gotta be finding ways to just continue to have conversations with people. So I'm not saying, only do this. I would also encourage you to do the activities that have been proven to work. You still got to call people, right? If you have weekends free, I would still do open houses. I think you can use social media to supercharge that. But anyways, so you have inbound and you have outbound DMs. Now, the goal of the DMs is to actually get them into your CRM. And what do I mean by that? You want to get their phone number, because in my experience, and I've talked to thousands of leads through Instagram about buying or selling a home who have reached out to me through my posts, is that a lot of times they just want information, and that's okay because I'm going to deliver. If I told them I'm going to give them information, I'm going to give them information. But the reason why that's important is because you're not going to sell a house through the DMs. If somebody has, props to you. I would love to learn what you're doing. But when somebody's buying a house, there's not a link that they're going to buy it through in your bio that is going to seal the deal for you. You need to have a conversation with them. You need to get in front of them. And this is where I see a lot of agents have a bottleneck in their business, is they don't have the skills to have a conversation in the DMs to actually get that person's phone number. And it's a lot easier than you would think, because the goal of this is you find your niche, you pick your ideal client, you do your content research so you know what type of content performs well, you start posting like crazy, then you get serious about it and you're organized so that you're consistently able to put out content and you're not getting burnt out, or you're not trying to go film something last minute. You're reaching out to people that are reaching out to you, and then you're also reaching out to people that are just showing some support to your content. And now you get them to the DMs, and you need to know how to learn about what is important to them about buying a home. You're not trying to sell them anything through the DMs. And that's where I see a lot of agents mess up, is they're trying too hard to sell somebody through the DMs instead of just using it as an opportunity to learn about the lead. Hey, what inspired you to reach out about this house? What kind of home are you looking for? What's your time frame? What does your current living situation kind of look like? Hey, what kind of monthly payment are you comfortable with? Are you looking for something newer, or are you cool with something that maybe needs a little bit more work? What's important to you about having a big yard? Who's making the move with you? These are all questions that you need to be asking when you're in the DMs, so that you can earn the opportunity to get their phone number and put them in your CRM, to where you can now hop on a phone call with them. And if they're not ready now, you can make sure that you stay in touch with them and continue to provide value, because we all know that with these types of leads, everybody's looking for the home run. Everybody's looking for that one lead that's going to talk to them today and open up an escrow tomorrow. And have I seen it happen? Absolutely. So you better start posting on social media. But is it very likely that majority of the people are going to be like that? No. Majority of the people are going to fall into that middle section that are going to need you to stay in touch with them. I don't like the word follow up, but you're going to have to follow up with them and stay in touch with them, so that when they are ready, you're going to be the person that they go to. And social media is a huge funnel to add to your pipeline, because if any of you have been in sales for even a little bit, you know that the lifeblood of your business is your pipeline. And through social media, you can post content and have conversations, so that pipeline is always nice and full, and you're never going up and down on that roller coaster of real estate where you close 3 deals 1 month, but then the next 3 months is nothing. And that's because when you got those 3 deals into escrow, you stop prospecting, you stop adding to your pipeline, you stop lead generating, and then you rode the high of having those deals. And once all those closed, you knew that you had to start all over, and you knew that we're in a 90-day cycle in real estate. So if you close your deal in April, May, June, July, everything was all good. Now August, September, your pockets are hurting because you know that you haven't prospected, and you don't have anybody that's ready to go. I've seen it happen so many times, and it's happened to me plenty of times. So I'm sharing this with you so you can avoid it. So you can see I'm doing this social funnel. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm giving you a lot more than just the framework of it. And that's something that I really want to share with you guys, is I didn't just read about this. Like, I literally built my business up. I took it from about 1,000 followers to a little bit over 93,000 followers as of today, October 2025. Didn't do it by myself. I had a ton of people that poured into me and gave me guidance and support, and I was coachable and all that good stuff. And so if you're somebody who is open-minded, you're coachable, you're willing to make changes, you're willing to take action, you're willing to stay committed to taking your business to the next level by using social media, then I'm telling you from my own experience, you could 100% do it, right? So after you get them from the DM to the CRM, this is what I'm talking about, the skills, guys. Our team practice scripts 4 times a week. If you really want to work on this, then you got to do overtime investing into yourself. Instead of listening to music at the gym, you got to be listening to some audiobooks. You got to be listening to some courses. You got to be listening to stuff that's going to help you improve your mindset and your communication. Instead of watching those random videos on YouTube, invest into yourself. Put it into personal development, because all of this stuff is going to be dependent on your skills and your ability to take action. Because what happens is you're going to have people that take action and lack the skills, so they can't get the result, and then they give up and say that it didn't work and that it was too hard or whatever. And then you have a lot of people who maybe have the skills, but they're too smart for their own good, that they never take action, and they're always over analyzing things. And so they're basically in the same boat. At least the person that is taking action is giving themselves a shot, right? But when you take action and you work on your skills and you improve your mindset and you improve your communication, this right here becomes an ocean of business with unlimited opportunities that will never run out, as long as you continue to take action, adjust to what's working and what's not working, and come from a place of actually giving value to people, because that's how you're going to get people to want to reach out to you. So this right here, I can go way more into depth into each of these sections, but I want to make this video first so that you can go out and take action. And literally, if you do all these things 30, 60, 90 days from now, you will get results. But it's only if you take action, and it's only if you take the time to learn what it is that your audience wants. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you like it, drop a comment, let me know what you think about this. If you have anything that you would like to add, any other types of videos that you would like to see, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.